Hi viewers, welcome to LMS Solution. Today we are going to see about ANN based energy management in the grid connected EV battery system. This is a Simulink model of that ANN based energy management system in the grid connected PV battery energy storage system. This model having PV array. PV array going to be connected to the DC bus. This is the DC bus via this boost converter. Okay. And this boost converter going to be controlled by means of MPPT algorithm. Here we are using incremental conductance MPPT. This incremental conductance MPPT receiving the two inputs. One is here we are measuring the PV quantity. That means we are measuring the PV voltage and PV current. Based upon that PV voltage and current, it's going to be generated the duty cycle and it's going to be processed via PWM generator. This will be generate the pulse. This pulse is to control this boost converter to extract the maximum power from the PV as well as to boost the voltage. Okay, from around 240 to 400 volt. Here you will see that is a rating of PV we are considered. Here we are consider a 8 series connected model and 2 parallel strings. The single panel having 250 watts. Roughly it can generate around 4000 watts power maximum at standard test condition. That means at 1000 watts per meter square and 25 degrees Celsius. Voltage comes around the standard test condition is around 245.6. Okay. The voltage it will be maintained around 240 to 250 volt in the terminal of the PV array, and then it will be posted to 400 volt by using boost converter along with this MPP. Next one is battery. Battery here we are using 20 around 240 volt the battery with 40 Ah, and it will be connected to the DC bus. So via this bidirectional converter. Why we need this bidirectional converter? We need to exchange the power between battery to DC bus or DC bus to battery whenever the excess power available in DC bus. Okay. In the case, whenever that power available in the PV excess power in the PV, that will be used to charge the battery. Whenever there is no power from the PV, okay, and then battery having enough power, then the battery going for discharging. Okay. So for that only we are having this bidirectional converter. It will be operated in both direction according to the power available in the system. And this converter can be controlled by means of voltage control method. Already I told we need to maintain voltage around 400 volt here. Not to maintain 400 volts, we need to control the DC bus voltage. The DC bus voltage control is take care of this bidirectional converter. This bidirectional converter, that means here we have to measure the DC bus voltage and going to be that means reference voltage. Then we will get error voltage. Error voltage might be process via PA controller. So here we will get the duty cycle. The duty cycle process via PWM generator. So PWM generator generate the pulse. This pulse used to control this and this two switch of the bidirectional converter that will be take care of this DC bus voltage around 400 as well as it will be take care of that power flow between battery to DC bus and DC bus to battery according to the power balance in the system. Next thing is inverter control. It's an important thing in this Simulink model because here only we are going to apply ANN energy management. This is ANN. Here we are applying ANN energy management. How it is solved, I will explain you. Here you see that here we are applying that we are using that inverter, single phase inverter, and then the single phase inverter connected to the grid via this LCL filter, and then here we are using load, and then here we have grid. Grid is around 230 volt RMS and then 50 Hz. And then here we have that inverter control. This is inverter control. This inverter control having ANN energy management. So this is a ANN block, artificial neural network block, that going to receive two inputs. One is power of the PV and then another one is SOC of the battery. Based upon the SOC of the battery and the power of PV, we are going to decide the reference current. Here we are going to the reference current. This will be I reference. Then the die reference will be like a magnitude only. Right? We need to convert it into sinusoidal form. Not to convert in sinusoidal form, first we need to take the grid voltage. Grid voltage will be converted into, that means it going to be converted into omega t by means of PLL. Here we are using PLL for synchronization purpose. Based upon that PLL, by using that PLL, we are converting that the grid voltage into omega t. That means we are finding the phase angle with respect to time. From that we have to calculate sine and cosine. Here we are calculating sine and cosine waveform according to the grid voltage. Based upon this sine waveforms, we are converting that this reference current magnitude into sinusoidal form. So here we are multiplying this sine wave. Then it will be converted into sinusoidal waveform, and then we are converting that quantity. That means yeah, A quantity into direct and quadrature axis quantity. Otherwise, here we are converting A form into DQ form. Next, you have to measure the inverter current, and then inverter current will be converted into DQ form. Here we have reference current in the DQ form. Here we have actual current in the DQ form. So car will be subtracted here. Here we see that D actual and the D reference, Q actual and the Q reference, and then it going to be processed by a PA controller, and then we are getting finally control voltage in the form of D and Q. After converting D and Q, that means we are getting D and Q control voltage, so that will be converted into EB form. Here we are applying DQ to A form. Finally, we are getting the control signal in the A form that will be processed via PWM generator. Here we have PWM generators. PWM generator will be generate the pulse. This pulse will be used to control this 4 pulse. This 4 pulse is to control this inverter. According with that, the reference voltage, so that inverter will be controlled. So its inverter also going to be controlling the both direction according with the AN and out. Okay. Next part is how we are doing that AN. Before that, I'm going to simulate this one. It will take some time to complete. First, I simulate this one. Here you will see the PV voltage current. Here you will see the battery voltage and current. And then you will see the DC bus voltage, and then you will see the power, PV power, load power, SOC of the battery, grid power. And then this here you will see the variation of SOC of the battery, and then you will see the grid voltage and the grid current. Before that, I am going to explain how that AIN is trained. For that, we have code. This is a code for training of AIN. So already told the input of the AIN will be SOC of the battery and the PV power. The output of the AIN, the output of AIN is reference current. This is SOC of the battery in between 0 to 1. This power of the PV is between 0 to 1. Solar consider the per unit value. The reference current is in between minus 19 to plus 19. Minus indicate that we are taking power from the grid. Positive indicate that we are sending power to the grid. We are generating the random value or SOC PV. We are getting the values. That means then we are shorting that value. And then here we are setting that target, input and target, and we are creating the feed forward neural network, and then we are getting the training process here. Here we are doing the training process, and then here we are plotting that results. Just you click this one, you will get the training process. Now we are seeing training process is actually predicted. The graph will be actually predicted, and then this is a regression plot. You can see that R value is around 0.98. Okay, so for training, testing, and then validation, and also you can see that detail of performance. This is a performance of that training process. We are getting around 0.009645 mean square error. Error is very minimum in the training, testing, and the validation. Here you will see that this is a network diagram. This is a diagram of the neural network we trained. Input will be 2, output will be 1. Here you see that hidden layer 1, hidden layer 2. This is output layer. There are 3 layers. Layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. After training process, you will get this neural network here. If you want to convert it to Simulink, just you go to type instance of net. Here you will set get a neural network for the trained neural network will be converted into neural network form. This block will be used inside that Simulink. Now you will see the results. I will show the results and then explain the results. You can understand better. Before that, I am explain on conditions. Here we are changing the irradiation every 0.3 second from 1000 to 500, 500 to 10, 10 to 500, 500 to 1000. For that, we are checking the results, and also we are fixing the initial SOC of the battery is 50%. Now for 1000 watt per meter square, the PV generating around the 4000, and voltage is around 245 volt, current is around 16 amps. And here you see that for 500 watts per meter square, we are PV generating around 2000 watts. The current is 8 amps, and voltage is around 245 volt. For 10 watts per meter square, the power will be 0, current also 0. Voltage will be reduced according to the irradiation. Again, it will be when the 500 watts per meter square, the power will be changed to 2000. When irradiation changed to 1000 watts per meter square, it changed to 4000. Okay. Next comes to battery storing initial condition. That means 1000 watts per meter square. There is excess power in the system, so that's why battery going for charging. That means battery current is around minus 12 amps. It is charging mode. Here you see that it is in charging mode. When it comes to That means irradiation comes to 500 watt meter square. That means PV generating 2000 watts. During that time also there is excess coordinate system. Current of the battery is minus around 7 amps. Here also battery charging mode. When the PV power comes to what happened, battery going for a current going for in positive direction. That means it is in discharging. Current is around 5 amps. So battery now discharging condition. Battery discharging here. So during that PV power is low. That means P is 0. PV power is 0. So again you can see that PV power comes to 2000 watts. Battery going for charging mode. Again going for charging. The neural network will be decide whether the battery is going for charging or discharging, and also mostly for discharging. When the battery should be going for discharging mode, that will be decided by means of neural network. Okay, because when there is more power in the PV, right, must supply some power to the that going to be taken from the battery only. That going to be take care of that neural network effectively. That's why battery in this portion going for discharging. This is the control. That means both the discharging and charging, right? So systems control effectively. And also here you see that right DC voltage is maintained around the 400 volt. And finally here you see that the variation of PV power for every changes in the radiation. And then here you see that this is load power and this is SOC of the battery, and then grid power. So grid power is changing according with the change in this record. That is the working of this model. Thanks for watching our videos. Kindly subscribe the channel and also click bell icon for notification about upcoming. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye bye.